We're making grilled eggplant parmesan with freshly made pesto and roasted Campari tomatoes. The first thing we need to do is slice this gorgeous eggplant with a knife. Cut the top and bottom off of the eggplants to give yourself a flat working surface. Then we're gonna cut off a tiny bit of the edge here. This is gonna be great for an eggplant dip or something else later. Now we're gonna cut 1/4 inch slices. We're gonna do 6 of these. To get rid of the bitterness that eggplants usually have, you're gonna wanna soak your slices in some salty ice water. This will keep your eggplant firm and leach out some of that bitterness and keep it from turning brown. Now we'll roast our Campari tomatoes, which will be beautifully perched on top of our eggplant stacks. I'm gonna drizzle with a little bit of olive oil, sprinkle with some sea salt, and then we're gonna bake them in the oven at 425 degrees until they soften and blister, about 25 minutes. While our tomatoes cook, we'll make our pesto. Put your peeled crushed garlic in a food processor, along with 1/4 cup of pine nuts. Pulse those a couple of times until it's all chopped up together. Now we're gonna add 4 cups of fresh basil leaves. Now just use a couple of pulses. We don't wanna overmix it or our pesto will turn brown. Now we're gonna scrape down the sides. Put the lid back on, and with the motor running, we're gonna add about 1/2 cup of good quality olive oil. When you're making a no-cook sauce, you can really taste the difference between a good and a great olive oil. Our last step is to stir in the Follow Your Heart Parmesan. It's dairy-free and it looks and tastes like the real thing. I don't know how they do it. I actually think it's magic. A pinch of sea salt, and then a quick mix. There it is, our fresh, bright green pesto. This is gonna add a ton of flavor and freshness to our dish. Now your eggplant is ready to rinse and pat dry with a towel. We wanna get a really good sear from our grill pan, and water will spit and splatter and slow down that process. So get it good and dry. So we have our beautiful dried eggplant and our preheated cast iron grill pan here. You can use an outdoor grill too if you have one. Once the pan is piping hot, brush with a little bit of grapeseed oil to prevent the eggplant from sticking. Next, we're gonna lay our eggplant slices in the grill pan. You can put about 2 at a time. You're gonna go about 2 minutes on each side. If you wanna get fancy, you can rotate your slices 45 degrees after about 1 minute. You'll get those really sexy crosshatches. After grilling your eggplant, you'll assemble your stacks in a baking pan. You'll need 3 slices of eggplant per stack. You're gonna place your biggest slices on the bottom. Then you're gonna spread a little bit of pesto on top of each one. Add another layer of eggplant, spread some more pesto, and a final layer of eggplant, and more pesto. Now for the most important part, Follow Your Heart provolone slices. Tear the slices to make a layer of cheese to melt on the top. Place your pan in the oven for 15 minutes until the cheese is melted and the stack is warm and cooked through. Look at those beautiful eggplant stacks. The Follow Your Heart provolone is so nice and melty, it's bubbly, just like real cheese. We're gonna top it off with some Follow Your Heart Parmesan cheese. It's not eggplant parmesan without parmesan, right? More for good measure. And check out these beautiful Campari tomatoes. They are really going to bring this dish together. You want 2 tomatoes per eggplant stack. Carefully place on top. And the final step, we're gonna garnish with some fresh basil. I'm gonna pick some little tiny pretty pieces. Oh yeah, there they are. There it is, your grilled eggplant parmesan. Yum, and gorgeous.